Hello and welcome everyone. Today we will talk about the carbon tax hike that Justin Trudeau announced today. We will go into detail what does that mean, what are the goals, and how it will impact the provinces and the consumers. Let's get started. So Prime Minister Justin Trudeau stepped up effort to hit Canada's emission targets by 2030 by pledging billions in new money to combat climate change and increasing his government's carbon taxes. What are we trying to do with the hike in the carbon tax? The plan is to cut emissions by 40% of what were in 2005 levels within 10 years or a decade. The step actually seeks to put Canada on track to cut greenhouse gases by as much as 40% below 2005 levels within one decade, which is 10 years, compared to the current goal of 30%. The key to achieving that goal will be to increase in the government's carbon tax price to $170 from $133 per metric ton by 2030. So under this new plan, that price will continue to rise by $15 each year starting in 2013 until it hits 170 per ton in 2030. At the same time, the rebates Canadians get in turn will also rise and will shift from annual to a quarterly basis. Government's current pledge is to spend $15 billion in new spending over the next 10 years, some of which will be funneled through green initiatives that will include a number of things, such as planting 2 billion trees at the cost of $3.2 billion over the next 10 years, to restore and increase the wetlands, peatlands, grasslands, and agricultural lands that will cost somewhere around $631 million over a period of 10 years. Government also plans to invest about $1.5 billion in a low carbon and zero emission fuels to increase the production and encourage the use of clean fuels. Talking to the reporters, Justin Trudeau said, "There are still places in this country that want pollution to be free again. We are going to continue to increase the price on pollution and will give more money back to the Canadians and their families." This is Canada's effort to bring some momentum into a climate change agenda that has persistently failed to meet its target. It also puts his government in sync with Joe Biden on environmental policies. So is it going to be easy? Well, no. The current effort of Justin Trudeau's government to increase carbon tax will increase anger among the provinces that are opposing or have been opposing, and will also burden the consumers. Even though the revenue from the tax is going to be returned to the provinces through consumer rebates, it is already being challenged in the court by the oil producing Alberta and few other provinces. The carbon tax plan faces oppositions not from just Alberta but from other provinces and governments as well as industry groups. Alberta, which has one of the Canada's highest unemployment rates after the oil collapse, earlier this year said it will continue with plans to challenge the tax hike in the court. In fact, The Minister of Environment of Alberta government, Jason Nixon, went as far as to call the new hike as an attack on Alberta's economy. Alberta Environment Minister Jason Nixon actually called the tax as another attack on Alberta's economy and Alberta's jurisdiction. It would suppress investment and raise costs. This is not the time to be considering increasing the cost of living for people of Alberta while the whole country is fighting with the pandemic. What do you think of the carbon tax hike? Please do write your thoughts and comments in the comment box below. For future news and videos like this, please do subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon. You can also visit us at www.thehindu.ca for more news and updates on Canada and around the world. See you in the next video. Take care.